Good evening, friends. My name is Elena, and I invite you to dive into a magical world that brings sweet dreams and tranquility. Listening to a bedtime story will help you take your mind off the whirlwind of thoughts in your head, everyday tasks and plans, to fall asleep faster and wake up in a good, cheerful mood. Before you fall asleep, please don't forget to like this video and subscribe. This is important for the channel's growth. Get comfortable. Close your eyes. Take 3 deep breaths in and out. And we begin. In the heart of a serene seaside village, where the sun sank into the horizon in shades of lavender and gold, Paul's world unfolded like a delicate tapestry. The village, sheltered from the gentle sound of the waves, seemed to exist in its own time, far from the chaos, the noisy modern world. Paul, a young man with dreams, as vast as the ocean, walked along the cobblestone paths that intertwined with whimsical houses adorned in pastel shades of blue and white. The air was filled with hints of salt mixed with the scent of the sea. And Paul, I met familiar faces in the close-knit community of fishermen and craftsmen. Each day passed in its own rhythm, marked by the tides, the journey of the sun across the sky and the soothing sea breeze that whispered tales of distant lands. His modest home, located in the very center of the village, was a testament to a life filled with simple joys and peaceful contemplation. Paul's days were filled with daily village rituals. He fished, listened to the symphony of the seagulls, shared stories with his fellow villagers, and found comfort in the constant ebb and flow of the sea. When the sunlight streamed through the azure curtains of his small home, Paul sat by the window, gazing at the endless expanse of the sea. The waves, like storytellers, carried tales from distant shores, igniting in him a thirst for adventure and discovery. The village, with its charm, romance, and salty air, it was both an anchor for him and a starting point for dreams that were yet to be realized. In the evenings, Paul strolled along the shoreline, where the fine and soft sand danced in the gentle breeze, creating patterns that reflected the creativity of nature itself. The waves, in their eternal rhythm, caressed the shore, whispering stories of ancient mariners in distant lands. The village was a sanctuary, a place where dreams met the sounds. As the sun dipped lower, warming the village, the melodies of the evening sea breeze. As the sun dipped lower, Paul's thoughts turned to the mysteries beyond the horizon. The calm setting became a canvas for his contemplation. The serene surroundings became a canvas for his contemplation. The backdrop for the intricate dance of dreams and aspirations filled his heart. In this picturesque village, Paul's world existed in a fragile balance between the familiar and the unknown, where each sunset painted a new chapter in the tapestry of his dreams. Where each sunset painted a new chapter in the tapestry of his dreams. One evening, as the sun began to set, bathing the village in a warm golden light, Paul's curiosity led him beyond the familiar paved paths. His steps took him into the forest bordering the village, where ancient trees stood like guardians of hidden secrets. As he ventured deeper into the serene forest, the air was filled with the scent of bark covered in moss. Amidst the sunlight, Paul stumbled upon an old cabin. A door invited him into a world frozen in the past. A dilapidated hut whose wooden facade bore the scars of time. The slightly ajar door invited him into a world frozen in the past. Intrigued, he stepped inside, feeling the warmth of the floorboards beneath his feet. In the dim light, exploring the secret, abandoned estate once inhabited by its residents. A glance, Paul's gaze fell on a dusty shelf where an old diary lay in silent repose in a leather binding. The yellowed pages, worn by age, seemed to beckon him to uncover the hidden story within them. With a sense of anticipation, he picked up the diary and brushed off years of dust from the cover embossed with letters. As he opened the first page, he was greeted by the musty smell of old paper carrying the essence of a bygone era. The diary belonged to Captain John, the seafarer. Leaving behind a legacy of adventures in the tranquil sea, Paul's fingers traced the elegant handwriting, and with each word, he felt an invisible thread weaving a connection between his present and the captain's past. Emotions overwhelmed Paul as he immersed himself in the captain's tales. He found himself transported to a world of uncharted territories where storms and calm coexisted. Vivid descriptions painted scenes of towering waves, the joy of freedom amidst chaos, and the gentle peace of dawn on distant shores. With each turn of the page, Paul imagined himself in the captain's boots. The ship led him through storms that roared like ancient sea spirits. He felt the salty spray on his face, heard the creaking of the ship's timbers, and sensed the thrill of discoveries in foreign lands. The diary became a portal, bridging the gap between Paul's rural life and the epic adventures of the sea captain. In the quiet cabin, Paul immersed himself in the world of the captain, imagining the luxurious landscapes, treacherous waves, and distant islands yet to be explored. The boundaries between reality and imagination blurred, and the young man saw himself in the role of the captain, bravely charging into the unknown, his spirit humbled by the challenges ahead. The cabin, once a silent witness to lonely tales, echoed with the heartbeat of a kindred explorer. As night fell, casting shadows in the cabin, Paul's imagination continued to dive deeper into the captain's narrative. The diary became a lantern, illuminating the path to the Sea of Dreams, where Paul found inspiration and purpose. Intertwined in the inky tales of the seafarer's life, in the flickering light of a solitary candle casting dancing shadows on the weathered page of the diary, Paul delved into the chronicle of the seafarer. The next chapter told of daring escapes that led him to a distant island where fortune awaited him, hidden in the treacherous embrace of the sea. Captain John's words painted a vivid picture of adventures. A dangerous dance with storms and waves. Rising like enraged titans, the sky unleashed its fury in torrents of rain. The island, shrouded in mystery, was home to countless treasures, tempting the captain and his crew to test their strength against the relentless forces of nature. As Paul read, he felt the adrenaline coursing through his veins, experiencing the captain's victories and hardships as if they were his own. The diary spoke of the relentless struggle against the elements. The ship was tossed around like a leaf in a storm, but the spirit of Captain John remained unshaken. The island, distant emerald in the vastness of the sea, slowly revealed its secrets. Captain John, driven by a thirst for adventure, he led his crew through uncharted waters, facing dangers that tested the very fabric of their resolve. Vivid images of the island, dense jungles, hidden coves, and the glimmer of gold peeking through the foliage were etched in Paul's mind. At the heart of the story was the captain's triumph. Despite the dangers, the sailors, his crew, found a legendary treasure, a chest filled with untold riches. Paul could almost hear the triumphant cheers, feel the weight of the treasure in his hands, and sense the camaraderie that blossomed among the crew as they celebrated their hard-earned success. However, behind the triumph lay a sobering reality that blossomed among the crew as they celebrated their hard-earned success. But behind the triumph lay a sobering reality. The sea, inexorable and indomitable, demanded its own. The captain's journey to the treacherous island nearly cost him his life. Shipwrecks, storms testing the limits of human endurance, a dance with death on the edge of a razor. The diary paints a poignant picture of the sacrifices made in the pursuit of a dream. In a quiet cabin surrounded by the scent of aged paper and the flicker of candles, Paul was a silent witness to the captain's victory over adversity. The treacherous island, with its mysteries and dangers, became a metaphor for the journey of life. The balance between overcoming the challenges that lie ahead and the rewards that life offers to those brave enough to navigate its turbulent seas. Breathing in the scent of sea salt, Paul flipped through the pages of Captain John's diary, uncovering yet another chapter from the life of the seafarer. A poignant love story that unfolded in a quirky port town. The captain's words painted a picture of a lively city where ships docked, and the scent of fish mingled with the sweet aroma of blooming flowers and spices. In this lively place, Captain John met a beautiful girl, in whose spirit could be heard the vastness of the sea. Her eyes held the depth of uncharted oceans, and her laughter danced like sunlight on the crest of gentle waves. It's the boundless sea. Her eyes held the depth of uncharted oceans, and her laughter danced like sunlight on the crest of gentle waves. Paul felt the captain's heart quicken. The girl with golden hair captivated him. It quickened, resonating with the melody of a love that transcends time. The girl with hair as golden as treasure, her laughter echoing through the harbor, captivated the captain's heart. Their connection unfolded like a delicate dance, set against the backdrop of ships with billowing sails and the salty sea breeze whispering maritime secrets. The diary captured stolen glances, shared smiles, and the unspoken language of two souls, drawn to each other by an irresistible force. However, like the ebb and flow of the tide, their love faced insurmountable challenges. The captain, bound by the call of the sea and his duty to the crew, was torn between the allure of a budding romance and the relentless pull of the horizon. The port town, with its cobblestone streets and quirky cafes, bore witness to a love story destined to sink in uncharted waters. As he read, Paul felt the weight of the captain's longing and the pain in his heart. Torn between duty and desire, the girl with eyes reflecting the sea became a symbol of the grandeur of love in the face of the inexorable currents of life. And the captain's choice in favor of the unknown became a victim of the sea in his subsequent journey. Surrounded by the soft glow of candles, Paul absorbed all the complexities of the captain's romantic odyssey. The diary became a vessel that held the captain's emotions, joy, longing, and the bittersweet taste of love, lingering like salt in the brine of the sea. The captain's story reflected Paul's own aspirations and the delicate connection between dreams and the bonds that tie the heart. The diary became a vessel that stored the captain's emotions, joy, longing, and the bitter, weak taste of love that remained like salt in the sea breeze. The captain's story reflected Paul's own aspirations and the delicate connection between dreams and the bonds that tie the heart. As he flipped through the last pages, Paul sat in silent contemplation. The novel about the port town became a poignant chapter, reflecting the intricate tapestry of life, woven from threads of love, self-sacrifice, and uncharted adventures that lure with both promises and dangers. Woven from threads of love, self-sacrifice, and uncharted adventures that lure with both promises and dangers. The captain's story resonated with Paul's search for love and purpose, leaving his heart heavy with the burden of unfulfilled desires, and once again, he found a deeper understanding of the complexities that define the human journey of unfulfilled desires, and once again, he found a deeper understanding of the complexities that define the human journey. After finishing the Captain John's diary, Paul felt a symphony of emotions wash over him. The tales of adventures, triumphs, and love wove a rich tapestry of the life of the sea captain. And now, as Paul closed the old diary, he felt a sense of lingering contemplation. The cabin, bathed in the soft light of twilight, became a refuge for self-reflection. The captain's stories didn't just entertain, they paved the way into the depths of Paul's soul. The young man, who once stood anchored in a serene seaside village, now stood on the threshold of his own uncharted journey. The captain's diary, neatly resting on the worn table, became a catalyst for Paul's self-discovery. The stories written in ink dedicated themselves to the corners of his soul, yearning for exploration, just like the sea captain's desire for the unknown. With a heart full of inspiration, Paul began to trace the outline of his dream, mapping the uncharted territories that awaited his steps. As he looked out the cabin window, the distant lights of the village whispered encouragement to him, the sea breeze that carried tales of sailors and distant lands. It felt like they were whispering words of encouragement to him. The same sea breeze that carried tales of sailors and distant lands now swept over Paul's newfound aspirations. The sea, a symbol of limitless possibilities, now swept over Paul's newfound aspirations. The sea called him to sail towards his destiny, beckoned to him with its rhythmic whisper, inviting him to embark on a journey to the horizon of his own destiny. Paul concluded. The diary was a guide. His dreams, once limited, now soared. The diary became not just a collection of stories, but a guide, urging him to immerse himself in the ever-changing flow of life. His aspirations, once confined within the quirky village's boundaries, now soared like seagulls in the boundless expanse. With a newfound sense of purpose, Paul set out to share the captain's stories with the world. Not just stories, but vessels carrying the essence of human resilience, love, and the relentless pursuit of dreams. The cabin, once a refuge for solitary contemplation, had now become the launching pad for Paul's creative journey. A testament to the transformative power of stories etched in the annals of time. With a creak, Paul closed the door behind him and stepped out into the fresh night air. The stars, scattered across the vast canvas of the sky, twinkled with promises yet to be fulfilled. His silhouette blended with the tranquility of the seaside village, and with each step, he became a part of the ever-expanding tale of the sea and its endless stories. As the hut stood in silence, its stories soaking into the heart of the floor, the moon bathed the village in a soft light that held the secrets of the sea and the dreams of those who dared to set sail. And in that moment, Paul became the sailor of his own destiny, driven by the eternal allure of the unknown and the limitless horizons that awaited his eager gaze. The captain's legacy, now intertwined with Paul's own aspirations, floated in the salty breeze. With each heartbeat, Paul felt the rhythm of the sea within him, reminding us that the deepest discoveries in life await those who are ready to walk the uncharted path with unwavering courage. He realized that the journey of life, like the captain's, was not about the destination, but about the adventures that await along the way. wasn't about the destination, but about the adventures that await along the way.